drifting through the open door. City lights trembling on the hardwood floor. Breathing slow like I've been here before. Maybe I have. Maybe I have.
Yeah. Late night thoughts tapping on the edge of my mind. Shadows stretch long when I'm falling behind. Why does the quiet hit harder when the room feels vast? Why do the echoes speak louder than the past? Outside stillness, cars humming under distant rain. Inside chaos, storms mapping out my pain. Micro touches flicker in the corner of my sight. A glass of water trembling underneath the light.
Hands cold, pockets deep, steps off and controlled. Heart warm, beating stories I ain't never told. Ankle line, cold air, warm pulse. In the dark I roam. Cold air, warm pulse. In the night I breathe, trying to find the parts of me I never leave. Shadows move slow like they're trying to weave, but I'm still here, fighting to believe.
Low tides rising underneath my sleep. Fading memories tangled in reprieve. Heartbeats echo in the spaces I can see. I'm holding on to what I can retrieve. I'm holding on to what I can retrieve. Wrestler terminal Poseidon, Versa 2 comes so steam drawing symbols on the window pane. Car lights painting gold through the midnight rain. Can I rise from the fears that I tucked away? Can I forgive the thoughts that led me astray? Symbolic echoes, a half-open door, a flickering lamp, a jacket on the floor. Each one a memory I can't ignore.
Psychological depth, my mind's been a house with too many rooms. Some filled with hope, others haunted by fumes. Still I walk steady through the hallways inside, searching for the parts of me I never denied. Searching for the parts of me I never denied. Cold air, warm pulse, but I still move slow. Soft steps fading low. Street home, shadows so close. Breathing, let go. Warm pour in the cold shadow.
Chosen. Why do the shadows talk louder when I'm alone? Why does the silence feel heavy inside my tone? Do a scene outside Con City lights in a soft sway. Inside storms rising in a quiet ballet. Snare snaps crisp like a truth I ignore. Kick hit steady like the steps I restore. Sub shaking gently like doubt in my chest. Learning every night how to carry what's left. Yeah. Move through the low tide slow. I move through the low tide slow. Trying to find a place my thoughts can go. Shadows wave beneath the afterglow. But I'm still here, drifting soft and low. Breathing through the echoes only I know. Letting the cold wind shake my flow. Heartbeats riding on a steady glow. I'm holding on in the low tide slow. But verse 1 ended strong, verse 2 begins soft. Soft rain tapping like a metronome's breath. Every drop reminds me what I kept in the depths. Can I bloom from the places where I used to fall? Can I rise from the shadows that still call? G-funk whisper sliding through the air. Hands of Dre swing in the kick snare pair. Minimal trap haze in the space between lines. Breaths mapped out like emotional guidelines. Internal echo twist. Walking through the tire where the fears will grow. Walking through the tire where my calm can show.
Still moving through the low tides.
Move through the low tide slow. Trying to find a place my thoughts can go, yeah. Shadows wave beneath the afterglow, but I'm still here drifting soft and low. Breathing through the echoes only I know. Letting the cold wind shape my flow. Heartbeats riding on a steady glow. Holding on in the low tide slow.
Calling, but I walk in silence. Shadows on my jacket, painting on my violence. Why do I keep searching through the night for meaning? Why do all these memories hit me when I'm breathing? Footsteps echo low in the streets I know. Long nights, same fight, trying to overflow. Every corner feels like a moment I outgrew, but I still trace the lines of the scars I knew. I'm moving through the midnight slow. Through the midnight low. I've been walking through the midnight low, trying to find a little place to grow. Every shadow whispers where I used to go, but I'm still here, yeah, I'm still here though. Falling through the echoes that I never showed, searching for a light inside the undertow. Heart so quiet but it still beats slow. I'm holding on in this midnight low, where verse 1 ended heavy, verse 2 starts soft. Soft rain on my window like a distant healing. Broken days rearranging everything I'm feeling. Can I rise from the weight of the old echoes? Can I breathe through the pain when the night grows? Shadow rose, but I'm stepping with a clearer tone. Breaking cycles that were carved into my bones. Pulled apart, but I'm stitching all the pieces back. Quiet strength rising from the things I lack.
Still moving through the midnight slow.
I've been walking through the midnight low, trying to find a little place to grow. Every shadow whispers where I used to go, but I'm still here, yeah, I'm still here though. Falling through the echoes that I never show, searching for a light inside the undertow. Heart so quiet but it still beats slow. I'm holding on in this midnight low. night on my mind. City lights in slow motion. Every step feel quiet, like I'm walking through an ocean. Heart steady beating, but the world keeps freezing. I'm staring at the ceiling, asking why I'm still breathing. Shadow on my thoughts, memories in rotation. Trying to heal the scars while I fight my hesitation. Silence in my chest, but the truth keeps speaking. I'm learning from the nights, but my soul feels leaking. I drift away, floating through the night just to find my place. I drift away, searching for the light in the darker space. I drift away, let the calm rain, but I can't escape. I've been carrying the weight of the things I left unspoken. Trying to build a dream from the pieces that were broken. Pain in my pockets, but the hope stays shining. Lost in the fog, but the truth keeps climbing. Breath slow, mind cold, but I rise through the pressure, turning every fear into something I can treasure. Life taught me storms, but it also taught me grace. Now I walk through the dark with a fire in my veins.
Rose street shadows stretching down the lane. Palm trees leaning through a sunset stain. Old school humming a familiar train. I breathe again inside the frame. Yeah, street lights buzzing with a yellow tint. Warm air rolling with a silent hit. Why do these blocks still echo my name? Why does the past walk close to the flame? Lowrider idle with a soft bass growl. Stray dogs tracing through the neighborhood proud. Saw two kids racing down a corner bend. Same old dream, different end. Graffiti peeling on a battle wall. Tags from friends, I don't see it all. Memory fragment, you tossing me the keys. Saying ride slow when you taste this breeze. Grove night veins running through my soul. Grove night veins running through my soul. Turning every scar into something whole. Heartbeat sliding in a West Coast roll. I'm holding on, playing my role. City breath humming with a low control. Changing every echo into something bold. Roads keep teaching what the nights patrol. I'm finding calm in the cold. Look, corner store neon flickers on the ground. Old heads posted where the truth is found. Can I escape what the street once taught? Can I outgrow what the night still brought? Lost a friend 2 blocks from the cul-de-sac. Life moved forward but it pulled me back. Sometimes healing hits like a passing breeze. Soft but sharp bringing me to my knees. Symbolic shift, lights turn warm. Pain transforms, future forming past the quiet storm. And as I walk past the cul-de-sac sign, I felt the night realign with mine. Hobbit evolution, gold night veins. Gold night veins running through my soul. Turning every scar into something whole. Heartbeat sliding in a West Coast roll. I'm holding on, playing my role. City breath humming with a low control. Changing every echo into something bold. Roads keep teaching what the nights patrol. I'm finding calm in the cold. Drifting slow, warmed up, and
shadows stretching down the lane. Palm tree leaning through a sunset stain. Old school, I'm in a familiar chain. I breathe again inside the frame. Yeah, street lights buzzing with a yellow tint. Warm air rolling with a silent hint. Why do these blocks still echo my name? Why does the past walk close to the flame? Low rider with a soft bass crowd. Stray dogs tracing through the neighborhood proud. Saw two kids racing down a corner bend. Same old dream, different end. Graffiti peeling on a battered wall. Tags from friends I don't see at all. Memory fragment, you tossing me the keys. Saying ride slow when you taste this breeze. Grow night veins running through my soul. Grow night veins running through my soul. Turning every scar into something whole. Heartbeat sliding in a West Coast roll. I'm holding on, playing my role. City breath humming with a low control. Changing every echo into something bold. Roads keep teaching with the nice patrol. I'm finding calm in the cold. Look, corner store, neon flickers on the ground. Old heads posted where the truth is found. Can I escape what the street once taught? Can I outgrow what the night still brought? Lost a friend 2 blocks from the cul-de-sac. Life moved forward but it pulled me back. Sometimes healing hits like a passing breeze. Soft but sharp, bringing me to my knees. Symbolic shift, lights turn warm. Pain transforms, future forming past the quiet storm. And as I walk past the cul-de-sac sign, I felt the night realign with mine. Grow night veins, shaping who I'll be. Grow night veins running through my soul. Turning every scar into something whole. Heartbeat sliding in a West Coast roll. I'm holding on, playing my role. City breath humming with a low control. Changing every echo into something bold. Roads keep teaching with the nice patrol. I'm finding calm in the cold. Drifting slow, one day, scan back home. Breathing, letting go. Don't let you slow. Drifting slow, one day, scan back home. Breathing, letting go. Don't let you slow. It's quiet, too quiet, too quiet. At midnight I'm still wide awake. Thoughts run slow but my heart just ache. City silent but my fears don't fade. I stay lost in the lines I make. Dark room, dark mind, but I'm okay. Floating in a world I can't escape. After midnight I drift through space. Looking for a calm I can't replace. Looking for a calm I can't replace. Curtains closed but the moon sneaks in. Cold air humming on my skin. Tryna breathe through the noise within, but the quiet nights always pull me in. Phone lights up, I ignore again. Can't pretend I'm the same as then. People talk but they don't comprehend how the calm can cut deeper than the air. I don't need much, just a little peace. Something in the dark where the thoughts release. In the stillness I finally see every broken piece that's still in me. Hey, yeah. After midnight I'm still wide awake. Thoughts run slow but my heart just aches. City silent but my fears don't fade. I stay lost in the lines I make. Empty streets in my mind at night. Headlights fade like they lost their light. Broken rhythm but the beat feels right. In the void I find my sight. No sound, just breathing pain. Thoughts drip slow like a midnight rain. Every scar got a story I can't explain, but the pieces of what I became. So I move in a silent beat, Saw steps where the dark meets heat. Don't need shine or a world degree. Just peace in the space between my heartbeat. Hey, 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 hey. After midnight, I'm still wide awake. Thoughts run slow, but my heart just aches. City silent, but my fears don't fade. I stay lost in the lines I make. After midnight, I'm still wide awake. Thoughts run slow, my heart just aches. City silent, but my fears don't fade. I stay lost in the lines I make. Just me. Drifting through the air, lamp hum trembling like a quiet prayer. My thoughts move slow in the vacant stare. I breathe in deep, like I'm aware. Yeah. Shadows on the wall, drawing shapes I know. Memories circling where the soft winds blow. Why do the nights feel heavier than the day? Why do my doubts seem louder when I pray? Hoodie half zip with the sleeps too long. Heartbeats pacing like they can't stay strong. Cup on the table growing colder still. Steam fading out like a fading wheel. Memory fragment. Late night talks on the stairs outside. Laughing at fears we could never hide. Those soft moments echo like a missing part. Lingering quiet in the back of my heart. Cold room echoes tracing what I feel. Cold room echoes tracing what I feel. Turning every truth into something real. Breath falls gentle where the wounds reveal. Holding on, trying to heal. Soft wind humming through an open seal. Changing every doubt into something still. Night moves slowly where the shadows kneel. I'm finding calm until I heal. Look, I whisper thoughts I never say aloud. Trying to step out from behind the cloud. Can I release what I kept for years? Can I walk straight through the cold of fears? Pen slid softly to the edge of the desk. Stopped on a line I can't process. Funny how stillness shows a hidden view. Like silence teaching something new. Symbolic shift. Breath grows warm. Night transforms. Calm returning in familiar forms. A cold room echo shaping who I'll be. Dim tone, steady glow. Soft breath, gentle flow. Drifting, moving slow. Cold room echoes let me go.
Shadows on the wall, drawing shapes, I know. Memories circling where the soft winds blow. Why do the nights feel heavier than the day? Why do my doubts seem louder when I pray? Hoodie half zip with the sleeves too long. Heartbeats pacing like they can't stay strong. Cup on the table growing colder still. Steam fading out like a fading will. Memory fragment. Late night talks on the stairs outside. Laughing at visions we could never hide. Those soft moments echo like a missing part. Lingering quiet in the back of my heart. Oh, cold room echoes tracing what I feel. Cold room echoes tracing what I feel. Turning heavy truths into something real. Breath falls gentle where the wounds reveal. I'm holding on, trying to heal. Soft wind humming through an open seal. Changing every doubt into something still. Night moves slowly where the shadows kneel. I'm finding calm. I'm finding calm. I whisper thoughts I never say aloud. Trying to step out from behind the cloud. Can I release what I cared for years? Can I walk straight through the cold of fears? Yeah. Pen slips softly to the edge of the desk. Stopped on a line I can't process. Funny how stillness shows a hidden view. Yeah. Like silence teaching something new. Symbolic shift, breath grows warm. Night transforms, calm returning in familiar forms. Cold room echo shaping who I'll be. Cold room echo shaping who I'll be. Dim tone, steady glow. Soft breath, gentle flow. Drifting by the shine. Cold room echoes semi-glow. Dim tone, steady glow. Soft breath, gentle flow. Drifting, moving slow. Cold room echoes semi-glow. Cold room echo. Echo semi-glow. Cold room echo. Echo semi-glow. Breathing, slow down. Let the night wrap all around. Floating through the city with my mind on mute. Soft lights blink in a gentle hue. Cold wind brushes on my worn out shoes. Everything quiet, nothing to lose. Thoughts drip down like a slow cascade. Heartbeats fall in a warm soft fade. Time turns smooth in the chill I made. Life is calm in this midnight shade. Let it go, feel the world drop low. Let it slow, ride the undertow. I just drift, drift, drift. Let my worries live, live, live. In a moment like this, this, this. Nothing feels more real than the quiet I'm in. I just drift, drift, drift. Let my pulse shift, shift, shift. In the soft cold mist, mist, mist. I breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Soft trap drums like a heartbeat hum. Memories fade when the waves go numb. Moonlight melts where the thoughts come from. I stay still when the calm beats drum. Clouds in my head start moving slow. Colors swim in a distant glow. Every deep breath
just a quiet mind settling now. I just drift, 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 let my worries lift, lift, lift in a moment like this, this. Nothing feels more real than the quiet I'm in. I just drift, 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 let my pulse shift, shift, shift in the soft cold mist, mist, mist. I breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in.
Street lights drowning in the evening rain, soft tone humming through a quiet pain. Cold breath fogging up the window pane. I call your name, but it's not the same. Yeah, I left my jacket on the passenger seat. Spent the night driving with a half-formed beat. Why do the songs hit harder alone? Why does the silence feel carved in stone? Old voice message on my cracked phone screen. You said call back, I know what you mean. But truth hits heavy when you're worn and tired, and some goodbyes come undecided. Wipers dragging through the tear street glass. Thoughts run wild in the miles I pass. Memory fragment, your hair in the glow. Laughing soft while the nights ran slow. I keep replaying how your voice would sound, lifting me up when I fell to the ground. Can I erase all the things I regret? Can I forgive what I can't forget? Hands on the wheel while the world blurs thin. Old songs pulling where I've been in. Healing takes time in the quiet unknown. Learning to stand when you're on your own.
Symbolic shit. Breath grows warm, pain transforms, future forming through a gentle storm. And for a second the night felt kind, like pieces of peace finally aligned. Afterglow, take control.
Streetlights bending through a midnight haze. Westbound silence in the roads I trace. Cold air drifting where the thoughts erase. I face the space I used to chase. Yeah. Engine humming like a muted drum. Seatbelt twisted from the nights I'm numb. Why does the quiet press harder at night? Why do the stars feel further from sight? Hands on the wheel with a restless grip. Old songs rising from a faded chip. Saw your message flash across my phone. Swiped it away, I'm better alone. Palm trees leaning in a frozen sway. Echoes of footsteps from a younger day. Memory fragment, you in my hoodie tight. Laughing soft in the dashboard light. Westbound silence tracing what I feel. Westbound silence tracing what I feel. Turning worn out moments into something real. Heartbeat drifting in a slow reveal. I'm holding on, hard to heal. Night breeze floating every raw ordeal. Changing all the pressure into something still. Road keeps teaching what the lights conceal. I'm finding calm, will by will. Look, I've crossed streets when my doubts ran wide. Dragging old ghosts by the passenger's side. Can I release what I used to hold? Can I grow past stories I never told? Air vents humming in a steady line. Chill settling on a fragile spine. Truth hits hardest when the world is slow. Quiet reveals what the noise won't show. Symbolic shift, lights turn warm. Pain deforms, future forming in a calmer storm. And for a breath I felt the night forgive. As if the road taught me how to live. Favorite evolution, westbound silence shaping who I'll be. Soft glow, drifting slow, warm undertow. Breathing in, letting go. Westbound silence help me grow. Soft glow, drifting slow, warm undertow. Breathing in, letting go. Rest conserve, help me grow.
Window frost drawing lines on the glass. Cold room humming as the hours pass. Breath feels heavy than it used to last. I face my past through a broken mask, yeah. Left my hoodie thrown on the hardwood floor. Late night air creeping under the door. Why do the quiet nights feel so loud? Why does my heart get lost in the crowd? Cup half finished from an hour ago. Hands still shaking from a thought I know. Saw your name flash on an old cracked screen. Didn't reply, not sure what it mean. Fridge hum mixes with a distant car. Reminds me of nights when things went far. Memory fragment, you in my coat. Laughing at secrets you never wrote. Window frost, I retracing what I keep. Window frost, I retracing what I keep. Turning frozen moments into something deep. Heart moves quiet where the shadows creep. I'm holding on, losing sleep. Cold breath rising in a fragile sweep. Changing every wound into something steep. Night grows heavy when the echoes weep. I'm finding calm, piece by piece. Look, I keep receipts from nights I tried to numb. Moments I ran from who I'd become. Can I forgive the version I was last year? Can I stop running from the things I fear? Notebook laying by the folded sheets. Words half written when my truth repeats. Thought about calling but the voice won't rise. Healing takes longer when you cut the lies. Symbolic shift, breath turns warm. Calm takes form, pain unwinds from a familiar storm. And for a second I feel something clear, like who I'll be. window evolution, window frost diary shaping who I keep. Window frost diary tracing what I keep, turning frozen moments into something deep. Heart moves quiet where the shadows creep. I'm holding on, losing sleep. Cold breath rising in a fragile sweep, changing every wound into something steep. Night grows heavy when the echoes weep. I'm finding calm, peace by me. In tone, drifting slow, soft air, gentle flow, breathing, letting go. Frosted diary, let me grow. In tone, drifting slow, soft air, gentle flow, breathing, letting go. Frosted diary, let me grow.
Cold hallway echoes sliding through the night. Dim light trembling on the floor just right. Breath feels heavy when I'm losing sight. I chase what's tight beneath the fight. Yeah. Left my shoes halfway by the front door, man. Didn't even notice where I dropped them at. Why does my mind run wild when it's late? Why do old fears still decide my fate? Cold cups sitting by the window ledge, phone on silent near the mattress edge. Saw your name fade in the missed call light. I stared too long, didn't call tonight. Notebook open with a page half torn, lines written sloppy from a night worn. Memory fragment, we on the stairs past two, talking about dreams we swore were true. Go away, ghosts tracing where I've been. Cold hallway echoes tracing where I've been, turning quiet breakdowns into something within. Heartbeat shifting like a whisper thin. I'm holding on, skin on skin. Night keeps painting what I can't pin, changing faded moments to a softer spin. Shadows teaching what the days won't win. I'm finding calm deep in the den. Look, I've left dishes stacked from the days I cracked. Told myself lies just to stay intact. Can I forgive what I broke last year? Can I stop hiding from the things I fear? Jacket still hanging where you left your hand. Smells like smoke from a one-night stand. Funny how sins bring truth too fast, like replay buttons from a darker past. Symbolic shift, breath turns warm, storms reform, future rising in a fragile form. And for a moment in the cold dim air, I felt myself learning how to repair. Oh, echo, shaping who I'll be. Ooh, soft hum, letting go. Dim room, gentle glow. Healing, moving slow. Hallway echoes, let me grow.
Swirling through my chest, city on trembling like it won't rest, yeah. Cold air brushing where the feels compressed. I move confessed under the stress. Every pulse beating in the neon break. Lost in the glow when my thoughts cascade. Why do the dreams feel loud when they fade? Why does the quiet hit sharp like a blade? Stood by the curb where the trains run deep, watching my breath flow slow when I breathe. Saw your name flicker on a cracked display. Didn't reply. Too far away. Parking lot shimmering with oil street line. Footsteps echo from old confined times. Memory fragment. You in my jacket loose, laughing soft with no excuse. Midnight, vertigo, no guiding how I move. Midnight, vertigo, guiding how I move. Turning faded moments into something smooth. Heartbeat, drifting in a distant groove. I'm holding on, trying to prove. Skyline, trembling with a silent shove. Changing every shadow to a shape I love. Night keeps teaching what the stars approve. I'm floating still above. I've walked alleys where the light bends slow. Concrete breathing with a subtle glow. Can I outrun things I never faced? Can I rebuild what the years misplaced? Old hoodie soaking up the midnight rain. Stitch by stitch holding on to pain. Truth feels strange when the roads align. Like echoes caught in a different timeline. Symbolic shift, lights turn warm. Fears to form, future humming through a gentle storm. And in that moment under muted sky, I felt the weight learning to fly. Midnight revolution, midnight vertigo, shaping who I'll be. Midnight revolution, midnight vertigo, shaping who I'll be. Soft drift, letting go, warm pull, subtle glow. Breathing, moving slow, vertigo, take control.
Stairwell humming with a cold, dry flow. Rest on a railing from years ago. My breath hits harder in the pale light glow. I move real slow with what I know. Came home late with my hoodie down. Street lights buzzing like a dying lamp. Why does the truth show up when it's dark? Why does regret hit sharp like a spark? Dropped my keys near the second stair. Didn't bother picking, just sat right there. Phone in my pocket kept buzzing twice. Didn't check, I couldn't take advice. Neighbors' footsteps dragged above my head. Someone yelling something they never said. Memory fragment was on this same step. Laughing at nothing we tried to accept. A stairwell, 3 a.m. truth showing who I am.
Stairwell 3 a.m. true showing who I am. Turning every secret into part of the plan. Heartbeat pacing like you're stuck in sand. I'm holding on, here I stand. Cold walls echo where my fears expand. Changing every moment with a quiet hand. Night keeps teaching what I understand. I'm finding strength on this land.
Look, I heard the fridge jump through the open door. Left it cracked from an hour before. Can't keep track of the days I drift. Losing myself in the smallest shift. Saw your note stuck to the TV frame. 4 small words that still burn the same. Call me when possible, but I never did. Guess
ceiling's harder when you're still a kid. Tried texting back, deleted twice. Truth hits colder when the night ain't nice. Walk to the window with a shaky hand. City lights blurred like wet quicksand. And symbolic shift, breath grows. Storms reform. Future loosening from an old worn arm. And in the stairwell's frozen air, I finally said the things I couldn't share. In stairwell, 3 a.m. true shaping who I'll be.
Stairwell 3 a.m. true showing who I am. Turning every secret into part of the plan. Heartbeat pacing like it's stuck in sand. I'm holding on, here I stand. Cold walls echo where my fears expand. Changing every moment with a quiet hand. Night keeps teaching what I understand. I'm finding strength on this land. Look, dim hum down the hall. Soft tone as I fall. Healing through it all. 3 a.m. truce, answer the call.
Street glow resting on the window screen. Cold air folding in a shade of green. My breath flows quiet in a fragile scene. I feel unseen, but still serene. Yeah, the room feels colder than the night outside. Hoodie on tight just to slow the tide. Why does the quiet hit harder when the lights go low? Why do the parts I forget still grow? Cup on the table with the rim turned brown. Left it there yesterday before I shut down. Memory flickers like a film stuck twice. Old rooftop summers and warm street lights. Phone screen dim with a missed call sign. Didn't pick up, just stare like it wasn't mine. Shadows leaning where my thoughts confess. Blue noise humming in my chest. Blue noise in my chest keeping me still. Turning every flaw into something real. Heartbeat drifting where the night stands chill. I'm holding on against my will. Blue noise in my chest keeping me still. Turning every flaw into something real. Heartbeat drifting where the night stands chill. I'm holding on against my will. Talk to the ceiling when I can't stay calm. Tracing old names on my open palm. Street hum rises like a subtle cue. Pulling old fears into something new. Drop my pen and watch this slide. Didn't reach down, just let it hide. Strange how silence shows what's pressed. Like echoes living in my chest. I wanna forget but the truth won't rest. I wanna move on but I second guess. Still the night shapes what I can't express. And turns the noise into something less. Soft tone fading slow. Cold breeze, gentle glow. Breathing, letting go. Blue noise moving low. Hidden corridor lights bleeding through the dark. Cold air rising like a timid spark. My thoughts in quiet in the muted arc. I trace the mark of where I'm stuck. Yeah, left the hallway lamp on low last night. Didn't want shadows pulling me too tight.
Why does the quiet make everything real? Why does the truth sting more than I feel? Notebook open by the edge of the chair, half a verse written I can barely bear. Caught my reflection in the silver frame, looked like someone I couldn't name. Door cracked open with the hinges worn, room still carries what I've outgrown. Memory fragment, us at the window blind, sharing secrets only we could find. Hidden corridors guiding what I know. Hidden corridors guiding what I know, turning fading moments into something slow. Heartbeats drifting in a fragile glow. I'm holding on, even though night paints truths, only silence shows. Changing every wound to a softer flow. Steps feel lighter with these shadows glow. I'm finding calm down below. Look, I keep habits from the times I felt. Old routines built like a quiet cell. Can I undo all the weight I kept? I forgive what I overslept. Phone screen dim with a missed call trace. Someone reaching from a distant place. Truth is colder in a narrow room, like a faint light trapped in the gloom. Symbolic shift, air grows warm. Fears are formed, future bending from the inner storm. And in those flickers down the hidden hall, I learned the strength left after a fall. Hidden corridor light shaping who I'll be. Soft ebb and flow, cold glow, moving slow, breathing, letting go. Corridor lights guide me home.
Midnight stains on the window gleam, cold air cutting through a broken dream. My thoughts fall quiet in a muted stream. I chase the theme unseen. Left my jacket thrown on the side of the bed. Too many voices running through my head. Why do the fears feel loud when I'm still? Why does the night bend under my will? Phone face down on the desk gone cold. Unread text that I never unfold. Saw your name fade in the dim screen light. Didn't open, not tonight. Mirror reflecting all the nights I lost. Memories layered with a hidden cost. Memory fragment, you at the stair, half asleep. Whispering truths we swore to keep. Midnight stains guiding where I go. Midnight stains guiding where I go. Turning quiet heartbeats into something slow. Cold wind numbing in the muted glow. I'm holding on, even so. Night keeps shaping what I barely show. Changing every scar to a gentle flow. Footsteps echo in a steady row. I'm finding calm as I grow. Look, I keep tokens from days I try to mend. Letters I've written I'll never send. Can I forgive what the past became? Can I step up from the quiet shame? Street lamp flickers through the window crack.
future rising through a softer form. And in the hush of that midnight haze, I learned to move through my own ways. A midnight staying shape and who I'll be. So letting go, cold glow, steady slow, breathing ebb and flow. Letting go, cold glow, steady slow, breathing ebb and flow. Midnight stains help me grow. Notes on my pillowcase, written in the hay. Cold moon flickering through half-closed shade. My breath sits heavy in the quiet May. I drift for days in sideways ways. Left a cup on the floor by the edge of the rug. Still warm enough from the hands I hug. Why do the smallest things pull me apart? Why do old habits still guard my heart? Phone turned off for the second night. Didn't want answer, didn't wanna fight. Scroll through photos from last July. Didn't say a word, just let me cry. Notebook photo with a page bent down. Lines too honest for me to sound. Memory framing you touching my sleeve, telling me stay when you plan to leave. Notes on my pillowcase showing how I feel. Notes on my pillowcase showing how I feel. Turning quiet breakdowns into something real. Heartbeats trembling in a slow reveal. I'm holding on, trying to heal. Night keeps shaping what I can't conceal. Changing every wound in a softer teal. Silence teaching what the days don't deal. I'm breathing slow until I heal. Look, I keep letters from days I barely survived. Words too heavy to say while alive. Can I forget the things I didn't say? Can I move on from the parts that stay? Land figures learning my tangled sheets. Room still humming with moan defeats. Truth comes easy when the world is still. Like a soft egg pressing where it will. Symbolic shift, air turns warm, storm grows warm. Future rising past without deforming. As the ink dries slow on the pillow side, I trace the me I used to hide. Anchor illusion. Notes on my pillowcase shaping who I'll be. Notes on my pillowcase shaping who I'll be. Soft home drifting, slow down, room faintest glow. Breathing, letting go. Pillow no, help me grow. Soft